Well, guess who's out? I'm back and I'm out. Outside. That's right. It's been 4 weeks and I can't believe a little sprain. Boy, that's what happens with aging. Huh? It takes forever to get healed. So I don't know if anybody remembers that you watch this once in a while. Is anybody there? Make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? I want to make sure people are able to hear me. Can you hear me now? Ah, Shama. Ooh, wonderful name. Ah, so you can hear me? Yes, okay, wonderful. Oh, great. There's people. Thank you, Richard. Hi, Anonymous. Seen you around. Carolyn, Ruben, thank you. Rita. Wonderful. I can hear. Ah, legit. Yay. People here. Yeah, I can't believe how long a little sprain takes. And I didn't fall. It just happens. It just got an old piece of equipment here. Yeah, it's sort of like an old car. You know, things start going wrong, man, then other stuff starts going wrong. And then you got to trade it in when the cost exceeds the repair or a new one. First time here for real. Oh, first time caller, first time watcher, first time, first time. Well, thank you. I'm here. This is DuPont Circle. Yeah, this is actually this used to be a theater. Actually, years ago it changed up being a theater, and now it's what do you call it? A Phil's coffee shop, and there's a big circle there, which is very popular. But now, you know, like every city, I mean, there's not a whole lot of commercial. I love Matthew. You're my favorite super. Ooh, thank you, April. It's wonderful to hear. Michelle, you could hear me. Wonderful. Well, I want to talk about your stimulus package. I was listening to some people who, you know, the stimulus update or whatever, and. So that's why to me it seems like, well, what do you want to have for Thanksgiving dinner? Would you have a stimulus check or a conservative judge on the Supreme Court? It looks like the Senate's going for the judge. And everybody's talking about, you know, now that in 24 hours or 48 hours, Pelosi says they need a decision. If not, then they have to wait till next year or next decade or whenever the hell they want to work again. And actually, but I think everybody's saying, well, to get the White House and Pelosi together, I mean, that's a step, but the bigger hurdle to me is the Senate. I mean, they are nowhere near in this game. I mean, they have a bill. You look in the next day or two, they're going to pass a bill. The bill they already passed only had 500 billion, so a half a trillion. Nancy and Donald are arguing about 1.8 trillion or 2.2 trillion. You know, they're like triple, quadruple what the Senate wants to talk about. But they say, I don't know if they're going to vote in the next day or two. I think Wednesday, they say they're going to vote on a bill in the Senate, but it won't be Nancy's bill yet. They're going to vote on their own. And as far as it looks like, they only want to do the 500. So I don't know how you make those two. That's like having a size 3 on one foot and a size 12 on another foot. Something's going to be a problem, right? So Munchin is there. Her and Munchkin can do. Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm talking about. If Munchkin, yeah, it looks like Nancy and Munchkin want to do it, okay? But the Senate doesn't seem to be, and they're going to vote on something. It looks like a lot of people vote on bills. Not that they expect them to pass, but, you know, the leadership puts up a bill, so the people who are against it could say they voted against it. The people who are for it say they voted for it. So they go back to their constituents and try to get reelected. Yeah, I voted for that bill, it just didn't go through. And the other people say, yeah, I voted against that bill. See, I'm against that stuff. So I wouldn't, you know, bet the farm on this happening before the first of the year. And to me, the Democrats, man, they may have the whole House and the Senate and the White House in just 2-3 weeks. And then they could get all the stuff. Because we got so much more than just your check. I mean, just think of the state and local governments are in hock up their keisters. And if they don't balance their budget, they have to balance. It's the law for states and local, those people, they have to balance their budget. The federal government doesn't have to. They run down to behind the White House, there's these big printing presses that print dollars anytime they want more. Nobody else has that except the feds. That's why the states want to go to the feds, and the feds now don't want to give it to the states. But what's going to happen, all your friends and neighbors that have government jobs, the teachers, the firemen, and all these kind of people, it's going to be hurting in a few weeks, months, or whatever. So I think that's what Nancy's trying to push for. And so we'll have to see. But in the meantime, be sure to start looking locally. There's so much. I mean, I'm running Google searches every day, and I have about a dozen or more that I run. And a lot of them pick up different programs all over the country. And people, the local elected officials, feel your pain more than federal. Federal, they're making $200,000 a year. They're living very well, thank you. And they don't have to go to see you at the coffee shop every day. They see you, once a year to get elected or whatever the hell it is. And so that's why the local politicians are closer to feel what's going on locally. And they're coming up with programs all the time. I just saw a program in Boston, I think $170 million for renters and landlords. They want to give money to the landlords because, see, they can't pay their bills anymore. If you're a renter and somebody says, okay, you don't have to pay your bill, what about the landlord? He's screwed, right? Or she, or whatever. Yep. And so that's right. Particularly small business help. Because what's going on in our country, now there's so many small businesses that went out of business, and they say that up into the next month or so, we could have as many as 45% of small businesses gone. How many jobs is that? So that's why local officials, state, local, county, even nonprofit organizations, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, people see the problem out there. It's hard for people in Washington to feel as much as what's going on. And also, it's not, it hits, I sort of put out, the level is like $60,000. If you're making, that's like the halfway mark in our country. Below $60,000 and above $60,000. The people making $60,000 below are hurting the most, okay? So they're the most people that lost their jobs, they can't pay the rent, all this kind of stuff. And you know what though, I just included yesterday some new stimulus programs. In Florida, they have, you could get up to like $12,500 with income up to $150,000. So that's two people making $150,000. And individual, you could get that kind of money at $75,000. So that's right now, the new poverty level is $1,000. $100,000 or so. And we have half the country makes less than 60. And they're getting hit the hardest. They're not coming back as quickly as everybody else. I mean, if you're a yuppie and a consultant on a computer, it doesn't matter if you're going to the office or not. If you're a fry cook or waiting tables, man, you can't do it from home. But you can think of other things too. That's why, oh, you're in Florida. Okay, I forget where in Florida. That's a county thing in Florida that has that 12,000. But check with your county. If you remember, tell me what state you're in. I'll show you there's like 6 or 7 places that you should check locally to see what's available to get you out of financial trouble. No one person knows it all. Of course, your elected official, you call them, you beat on those suckers. You have a whole bunch of people that beat on there. Oh, Pennsylvania just came up with new programs for small business in Pennsylvania that's not even available yet. See, that's another thing. A lot of this money goes quickly, and you gotta be there before the gate says start. You have to be in the starting gate, so when it opens, you're there, and that's an important thing. So how do you figure that out? You do Google Alerts with a whole bunch of, you just don't put grants. That's only one of the many things. You have to also use things like assistance, relief, help, all these things. And see daily, then you see the new stuff that comes up, and also see when they're talking about something, like what's in Boston now. This $170 million for renters, that's just going through the legislature. They're hoping to vote on that soon. So if you're a landlord up there or a renter, then you know about the ahead of time, and you'll be the first in line. I am a fry cook at home for all these months. Oh, cool. That's right, Keith. Okay. Now, see, there's another. What's happening now is, see, the people with the money now, they can't go out. There's a big opportunity. Okay. If you want to start a little business, and you don't have to be incorporated, you don't have to be anything except alive and a little bit mobile. Is that this is where people are starting businesses now, because people aren't going out, so you shop for people, or actually here, for a lot of seniors don't want to cook every day. Okay, you say you're a short fry cook. Okay, you go to people's house, you start a business, okay, and you say it's Susanna's Saucy Suppers. How's that? Susanna's Saucy Suppers. Okay. And so what you do is figure out meals for like 4, 5, 6 days, and you say, I'll come to your house and I'll cook your meals, put them in the freezer for you, so you have a meal for the next 7 days. Okay, that's a business. People are doing franchises of that. Don't spend $10,000 for somebody to sell you a franchise on. Do that? No. All you need to do is get a customer for that. Now, how do you get a customer? You put your little business on these apps. It's sort of like TaskRabbit, you know. So what you do is prepare meals. Okay, so somebody wants their meals prepared, you're on TaskRabbit, because that's where you go. They're the kind of app. This is the gig economy. And on TaskRabbit, when you do that, you don't have to worry about getting paid. You don't have to worry about all this other stuff, you know, that you would if you started your own business. And then there's other help if you do want to do it the other way, to get your own business and do that. And there's free help from that. You're a small business development center. We'll do all that kind of help for you for free. They'll figure out the taxes. They'll figure out how to write off your house or your apartment. So just think, if you have a business that's going to people's houses once a week and cooking their meals for the rest of the week, now you could write off your rent. You could write off your mortgage. You could write off your car. You could write off meals with friends. You could write off your country club. That's how the rich folks live. And you don't have to be an LLC. You don't have to be incorporated and all this nonsense. Because that's a business. You're creating income from home. And don't get tied up. You know, if you talk to lawyers and accountants and everything, they'll scare the bejesus off you. You worry about that when you have a lot of money. When you don't have a lot of money, the only thing you have to worry about is getting a customer. What's your idea, and where's a customer? And that's the only thing you have to worry about. And now there's platforms that help you get customers. You know, and that's it. Or you start. Okay, well, here another way to get customers is that, okay, you do this, you say, okay, how to cook 7 healthy meals you could cook and freeze for the week. So you train other people under it. And then you can, you know, have a group on Facebook where you could charge people to learn about that and get answers and things like that. See, anything you like to do, you could do as a business and make money at it for the rest of your life because you like doing it, right? You like cooking all the time. So what the hell? Don't retire. Do something you like doing. Cooking and helping people. What could be better than that? And what I see that the seniors like this are older people because they don't like, if you're older, you know, they seem to trend toward hiring older people to do this because they can't relate to a 25-year-old. You know, some of you are 50, 60 or whatever, you know, an older person can relate to that. Yeah, and that's over. There's always one way. You can't. You have to look for cracks, you know, and the people who live on crumbs and cracks and everything live forever. The people who need $1 million to live every year, like the dinosaurs. How many dinosaurs have you seen around, right? They needed so much food to keep alive. We ran out of trees or whatever the hell it was that they were living off of, right? Cockroaches. You have any cockroaches? They've been around since the beginning of man. They live forever, right? They don't need $1 million. They need crumbs. And that's the same with you and me. We don't need $1 million to live on. Nah, 50, 100, 200,000. That's enough, right? What the hell else are you going to do? Buy more crap you got to worry about and brakes and you got to insure and all this kind. No, you want to do something you love doing in life. So if you love cooking, you do that. Do it for other people because you love doing it, and it's like being on vacation. So you never have to retire. If Social Security goes bankrupt, who the hell cares? Yeah, that's just bonus. You know, that happens. So there's always more than one way. You're a senior yourself. Oh, are you the one? I heard there's another senior who used to watch this. Good. See, I mean, you're healthy. Look at it. I can't run anymore, but I walk. What the hell? And when I can't walk, I work from bed. And I got more work done. I love what I do. And so I don't mind being in bed. That was fine. I sort of miss being out, but, now with COVID, a lot of things you can't do anyway. And that's why I feel we're all artists, That's why this is me inside, and that's why if you bring your inside out, people appreciate that more. You're trying to be like somebody else. That other person will do that better. You're going to do you better than anybody else can do you. So that's right. You do that voodoo that you do so well. That's what you got to do. There's a song there somewhere, isn't there? So you just keep doing it. Try to find it. And go and fail. That's why you need $1 million to start a business. You don't want to do that. You're going to spend, next, who knows, how many months, and maybe you never even get it, trying to find that money. No. Trying to start a business, you rub two sticks together. You're going to cook, you know how to do that. Now you got to find somebody who's going to pay for you cooking. Okay, a lot of people. Look at all the restaurants. Nobody likes to cook anymore, right? And they want socializing. So, that's a cool thing. So there's a lot of things like that we all can do, not with, the people in Silicon Valley are trying to make billions of dollars. Who wants to be a billionaire? What are you going to do with all that money? If you have $1 billion, man, you're going to spend 24 hours a day worrying what the hell to do with your $1 billion. No, it's more fun, to help people individually and do something that comes back to you. You get $1 billion or all this kind of money. You're really just, I think, people do that just to impress other people. What the hell do I need more of that? They need a bigger car? What do I need? These outfits cost me like $50. I used to wear $1,000 suits. It's crazy, crazy. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for being back, and I will hope to keep doing this every day because I love this part. I don't know, somehow I get more energy doing this outside, even doing it from my apartments or even on the balcony. It doesn't feel the same being out, and seeing people and seeing life go by. I mean, that's energizing for me. I don't have a lot of friends. I love my work, and I hope I can help more people. I mean, somebody thanked me for something on Let's Go Help today that I was doing for them, and they thanked me. I said, no, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to share with you something that may be able to help you. I mean, I can't guarantee it's to help, but this is stuff I know that may or may not help. And so to get people to know about it in case it could help them, man, I have nothing better to do with my life. And I probably only have maybe 15 more years to do it. Right? So I'll see you tomorrow, guys.